He's just genuinely looking up like, oh, did I do well? Like, was that a good interview? And the Fox News host is like, that was supposed to be disastrous for you, not disastrous for us. Lord have mercy. A bunch of peaceful demonstrations have sparked across the United States after the tragic murder of 37-year-old mother Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Fox News sent an on-the-ground reporter to Minneapolis last night to cover these on-the-ground protests, and in the process of searching for quote-unquote own the libs, gotcha moment, he stumbles across somebody who is so clear and articulate, and importantly, passionate about what he believes in. He's so passionate that it ends up bleeding through and honestly kind of cooking the Fox News host who clearly was hoping for a crazy radical liberal. But these are just concerned everyday Americans. Do not let Trump or Fox News or MAGA trolls online paint these demonstrations as paid agitators looking to rile things up. These are Americans who are genuinely concerned and who could have predicted, any rational American could have predicted that ICE's recklessness would end in the murder of a U.S. citizen. We had already seen immigrants die. We had already seen people get raped, 79-year-olds getting their ribs cracked. We have seen ICE overstepping time and time again. Anybody could have predicted this, and now people are mad. Let me play for you this clip, but just to lay the groundwork, we do have more than 1,000 events planned in the United States after ICE shootings in Minneapolis and Portland. I genuinely saw clip after clip after clip last night of peaceful demonstrations that had sparked in Seattle, which was from a day or two ago, then in Dallas, then in New York City. Right-wingers are trying to take clips from a few years ago in Minneapolis and say that's today. That is disinformation. There may be one or two agitators they're oftentimes in groups trying to take advantage of this. Do not let that distract from the fact that there are tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that have been marching across the country pissed off, but they've been marching peacefully. They have been demonstrating in a passionate manner, and we are going to highlight those people tonight. To continue to lay the groundwork, Aaron Rupar says, we evacuated our kids out of Minneapolis this weekend, and my spouse reports that as she drove them out of town, she saw, quote, multiple freeway exits where people are being pulled over. It feels like the Twin Cities are being subjugated by a hostile, occupying force. It's a scary thought, but that is exactly what I'm seeing play out. It's police officers who are angry, oftentimes screaming, using disproportionate force. And Aaron Rupar is actually very, very helpful for the show and for the online information environment. He is always highlighting clips and making sure that we are seeing what's going on Fox News, on CNN, making sure that we have access to this online. Aaron Rupar then said a few days ago, my post may be a bit more sporadic for me today as my kids are home from school because my city is being brutalized by the federal government to the extent that it's unsafe for schools to open. This actually happened. Minneapolis schools canceled classes, not due to protests, not due to protesters, but after Border Patrol clashes disrupt dismissal at Roosevelt High School. I covered this in another video. I want to continue to move on. This clip honestly made my day. While Status Quo was covering this protest on the ground in Minneapolis, he interviewed somebody who seems like a really great guy. Check this out.
It's so important that independent media like you guys are out here doing what you're doing. Thank you all. Thank you, Midas Touch. Thank all you guys, Adam Mockler, all the people on the left.
Is it just because he gave you a shout out?
The places that across the alley, people are speaking the truth right now. It is absolute, and sharing the truth, it's what's needed. And again, I'll say it again, we all need to take a breath together and try to figure out a way that we can turn down this hate and come together. The one thing that we all know that we are is human. We're all human.
Honestly made my day. Honestly gave me a lot of energy this morning because he's right. He's right that this transcends even people on the left or right. I've seen either apolitical people I'm following or even center-right people I'm following. Obviously, there's always going to be the Trump bootlickers who defend everything he does, but I've seen a lot of rational Americans who oftentimes aren't speaking out, making posts or out there demonstrating. You see it time and time again. Crowds gathered in Philly last night against Donald Trump. A pretty large crowd. ICE is unsafe. The Trump administration tries to paint these protesters as paid agitators. Right-wing Twitter accounts have been spreading years-old videos or cherry-picking like one or two videos of some teenagers who are like flipping off the camera and they're saying, look at all these crazy people. I see signs that say ICE is unsafe. That is just objectively true political messaging. The people who are holding it, this looks like an older woman who is very sweet. And then this on the right looks like a normal just mom. These aren't any sort of riders with masks up. The people with masks up are the officers, the ICE officers that are unsafe. Like, look at this. This is a prime example. Minneapolis, a border patrol agent warns 2 white women in separate SUVs to not make a bad decision. He said, don't make a bad decision today.
Dude.
The reason why it's important that they're white women is just, it's like a perfect recreation of what happened to Renee Nicole Good. This ICE officer is coming up and trying to leverage that fear against them, trying to say, don't make a bad decision. Watch.
If I continually see you following us, interfering with us, honking your horn, blocking our cars, you have a very high probability of making a really bad decision and being arrested today, okay?
I think I'm making exactly
I'm not.
the right decision.
Oh, then why are you giving her a warning?
I'm giving her a warning to not interfere with what we're doing, to not make a bad decision today and ruin your life.
Whoa, bad
Okay,
decisions.
thank
That's
you.
Funny.
Oh my god, get these fucking fascist fucks away from my fucking country, okay? You wanna do like fucking fascism? You wanna do fascism? You go to another fucking country, okay? You go to a broken ass, poor third world country, okay? You don't get to go to my fucking country and do this stupid, unhinged shit, okay? Alright? You wanna go to fascism? Dude, you know what? There's plenty of countries that are fascist, okay? You love fascism? You can go there. Why do you have to bring it here, okay? You don't have to bring that fascism here, okay? You want fascism, but you also want to be the #1 country. These are mutually exclusive. We are the #1 country because we are not fascist, okay? The moment you become fascist, you're no longer the #1 country, okay? These are mutually exclusive. You fulfill one, you cannot fulfill the other anymore, okay? It's like a differentiation in the fucking skill tree, okay? You choose one path, and it's mutually exclusive, okay? That's just how it works. That's how that shit works. Anyway.
Coming from you.
Okay, alrighty. Thank you. Have a good day.
I hope you have a terrible day.
Okay, thank you.
Peace.
Hold on.
Continuing, ICE gets wiped out by ICE in Minnesota.
Peace.
This is a real
ICE
clip.
reclaiming.
This is a very real clip, by the way.
Peace.
I'm surprised they didn't start just shooting at the ground recklessly.
True.
Then, things began to escalate in Minneapolis, Minnesota tonight. Heavy police and state trooper presence in Minneapolis broke out as the noise protest continued. The noise protest was outside of a hotel outside of the Canopy by Hilton, where ICE agents are reportedly staying. It is a peaceful way to protest, and the city starts to escalate. The Trump administration begins to escalate. I think it's a totally valid form of protest. Now, right-wingers are sharing videos of people breaking the windows and crawling through. I don't think that is productive, but I think this form of protest right here very much so is. Let me loop back around and show you this Fox News interaction. So while this peaceful noise protest is going on, it's important to point out Sean Hannity is feeding him.
Kamala would have been worse, by the way. In a way, he's kind of right? Because remember, it would be worse for his taxes because he is in the top 1% of 1%. Are you actually for real? I'm keeping this for someone. I'm saving it for one of my viewers. Holy shit. What the fuck? You can't just give me this thing twice. Stop. What are you doing? Why? Just give me what I want already.
Questions through his ear throughout this.
Let me ask you, have you spoken to any people, or can you speak to anybody that's marching right now and ask them what it is that they're marching about?
Yeah. Excuse me. Can you tell us, what are you here marching for? Yeah.
He was hoping to have a sort of Occupy Wall Street moment, I think. Back during the Occupy Wall Street movement, there were viral Fox News clips and right-wing clips of them interviewing protesters who had kind of non-coherent answers. Like each protester would notoriously have a different answer for why they were protesting. And they were trying to hope that this guy wouldn't have any sort of answer, but his passion just bleeds through.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, my ears are ringing a lot, so I don't know if I'll hear perfectly. But Yeah, I'm just here because I think it's absolutely disgusting what ICE is doing here. I think it's absolutely abhorrent that they're kidnapping people. I'm disgusted that they murdered an innocent human being.
Yeah.
And yeah, the entire thing just absolutely abhors me. This has to stop immediately. What we're seeing right now is frankly an ethnic cleansing. It's disgusting.
Hey, Garrett.
And it needs to stop. And I'm glad that there's so many people out here trying to stop this because it's just abhorrent and we
Garrett,
need to stick together to stop this.
Does he have a concern that the woman was driving her car at an officer? Does it concern this individual?
When you saw this video that is out, did you have any concern that it looked like this woman may have been driving her vehicle at the officer?
That's not what it looked like to me at all. And I mean, like, even if you did assume that was the case, which it absolutely is not, we are supposed to train officers to be responsible in these situations and judge the situation objectively, look at it reasonably. Like, there just absolutely is no justification for this. But again, looking at the video from both angles, I know that there was another clip that came out earlier today from like a different angle. You can very clearly tell that she is evacuating the scene.
Yes.
There is like absolutely no evidence that
Yes.
there's any like attempt to drive the vehicle into the officers.
Garrett, last question. What should we do with people that don't obey our laws and come into the country illegally?
What do you think we should do with people that have come into the country illegally who are here, is the question.
I think they have the right to be here, frankly. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I think they have the right to be here. I think that's just a big...
This is such a kind answer. Oh my god, dude, he's answering all the questions perfectly. What the fuck? Dude, how is he doing it? How's this guy doing it? What the fuck? This guy is like, he sees the Matrix. He sees the Matrix. He sees the Matrix, dude. He is answering all the questions. He is such a kind person. That's such a kind answer to give. I mean, he's gonna get fucking raked over the coals by the fucking right-wingers for that specific part of the question, but I mean, like, standing on your own principles, like, yeah, that's a good thing to do. It's never bad. It's never bad to be kind. It's never too late to be kind. It's one of the few decisions you can choose to be, okay, is to be kind.
Basic human right is freedom of movement. We recognize that in the United Nations Charter. That, in my opinion, is just a fundamental human right that all nations ought to recognize. And I'm glad that some people are standing up for that basic human right.
I also want to point out that during this interview, there are some really good signs passing through the background on primetime Fox News. This one says, "Where were your papers in 1942?" Essentially showing how 1942, they asked for papers the same way they're doing that now. This one says, "Elect a rapist, expect to get fucked." Live on Fox News at 8:39 p.m. CT, when many, many Americans are watching, you get to hear the message. ICE out of Minnesota, I'm assuming that one says. It's a bit blurry. But there's a lot of great signs back there. I'm going to leave it there. I hope you guys appreciate these videos. Drop a like, subscribe. I love you all. Peace out.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, listen, we have to listen to that
different
again,
angle.
Okay, briefly.
People,
the city starts to escalate. The Trump administration begins to escalate.
God, what a perfect answer.
I think it's a totally valid form of protest. Now, right-wingers are sharing videos of people breaking the windows and crawling through. I don't think that is productive, but I think this form of protest right here, very...
Hey, Mew, thank you so much for the, industrial battery. Yes, thank you. What do I need this for again? Oh. Thank you so much for the $20, Mew. I really, really appreciate that. You've been a massive help to the channel, okay? Right, you help keep going what needs to be kept going forever. Thank you so much for $20. I appreciate
very
that.
much so.
Let's listen to that again.
Let me loop back around and show you this Fox News interaction. So while this peaceful noise protest is going on, it's important to point out Sean Hannity is feeding him questions through his ear throughout this.
Let me ask you, have you spoken to any people, or can you speak to anybody that's marching right now and ask them what it is that they're marching about?
Yeah. Excuse me. He tells us, what are you here marching for?
He was hoping to have a sort of Occupy Wall Street moment, I think. Back during the Occupy Wall Street movement, there were viral Fox News clips and right-wing clips of them interviewing protesters who had kind of non-coherent answers. Like, each protester would notoriously have a different answer for why they were protesting. And they were trying to hope that this guy wouldn't have any sort of answer, but his passion just bleeds through.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, my ears are ringing a lot,
Yes.
so I don't know if I'll hear perfectly. But, yeah, I'm just here because I think it's absolutely disgusting what ICE is doing here. I think it's absolutely important that they're kidnapping people.
And keep in mind, okay, like, obviously he sounds very, like, tense and very, like, agitated, but you have to keep in mind, like, in the middle of a protest, like, I imagine that, like, you're going to be very tense. You are. Like, you're going to be very tense. You're going to feel very, like, you're going to have adrenaline rushing through your blood, okay? And especially if you're in the middle of it, it's like being at a fucking rave, okay? Except it's evil. It's like an evil version of a rave, okay? But no, it's a justified version of a rave. Like, it's a, yeah. Again, all right, you're not gonna get the best foot. Like, this is the best you can possibly ask for. Like, I don't like to even put into thoughts coherently. Like, you guys have to understand, to even put into thoughts coherently about this is so impressive.
Disgusting that they murdered an innocent human being.
It's so impressive. Like, putting, like, his thoughts coherently like this is just impressive. Like, yeah. That's something I don't even know if I could do when I'm under a lot of adrenaline, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, the entire thing just absolutely abhors me. This has to stop immediately. What we're seeing right now is frankly an ethnic cleansing. It's disgusting.
Hey, Garrett.
It needs
It's
to
like
stop.
public speaking.
And I'm glad that there's so many people out here trying to stop this because it's just abhorrent. And we
Garrett,
need to stick together to stop this.
does he have a concern that the woman was driving her car at an officer? Does it concern this individual?
God, cringe.
When you saw
hope you
this
Minecraft
video that is
yourself.
out, did you have any concern that it looked like this woman may have been driving her vehicle at the officer?
That's not what it looked like to me at all. And I mean, like, even if you did assume that was the case, which it absolutely is not, we are supposed to train officers to be
It's impressive.
responsible
Yeah.
in these situations and judge the situation objectively, look at it reasonably. Like, there just absolutely is no justification for this. But again, looking at the video from both angles, I know that there was another clip that came out earlier today from, like, a different angle. You can very clearly tell that she is evacuating the scene.
Yes.
There is, like, absolutely no evidence that
Yes.
there's any, like, attempt to drive the vehicle into the officers.
Garrett, last question. What should we do with people that don't obey our laws and come into the country illegally?
What do you think we should do with people that have come into the country?
Oh my god, let the fucking reporter, like, think for himself, okay? You fucking drip-feeding fucking millionaire moron, inbred, absolute fucking Revenge of Khan, like, earworm. Like, you are so fucking disgusting. You're like trying to control his mind. You're trying to control his mind and tell him what to say and tell him what to do, okay? Let him fucking think for himself and let the reporter do his fucking job, okay? Like, you are so fucking pathetic trying to get this, like, young man who is clearly concerned about the state of the country, like off his fucking rockers and trying to get him unnerved, okay? God, you are so fucking disgusting. Like, isn't there somebody else's fucking ear that you should crawl into? Huh? Like, don't you have to service con? Go, shoo. Go blow up in the nebula somewhere.
Illegally who are here is the question.
I think they have the right to be here, frankly. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I think they have the right to be here. I think that's just...
Like, dude, like forget about the Genesis terraforming project, okay? From fucking Wrath of Khan, okay? Dude, you need to fucking Genesis back into your mom's vagina, okay? That's the only way we can fix this.
A basic human right is freedom of movement. We recognize that in the United Nations Charter. That, in my opinion, is just a fundamental human right that all nations ought to recognize. And I'm glad that some people are standing up for that basic human right.
I also want to point out that during this interview, there are some really good signs passing through the background on primetime Fox News. This one says, "Where were your papers in 1942?" Essentially showing how 1942, they asked for papers the same way they're doing that now. This one says, "Elect a rapist, expect to get fucked." Live on Fox News at 8:39 p.m. CT when many Americans are watching. You get to hear the
Foodshops, when are you going to find an actual good game? I played good games. Like, I played Darkest Dungeon on stream. I played Darkest Dungeon 2 on stream. I played XCOM 2 on stream. I played lots of amazing indie games on stream as well. Yeah, like, there's plenty of games that I've played that, like, I find like incredibly enjoyable that I played before, and it's just awesome. But like, okay, I'm being. Wait, hold on. Is this rage bait? This is rage. Good one, motherfucker. You got me. Good one. Woohoo. Hope you're fucking happy. Oh shit. Wait. Sorry. Okay. Okay, wait, okay, we're clearing out the list pretty damn fast, okay? Which is good. This is what we want. We want to clear out the list. Okay, the docket.
Just a drink. A martini, shaken, not stirred.
Hey, Museboot, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Based Oiler. I'm playing Subnautica. How about Subnautic these nuts? Okay, what's this? This better not be too long.
Some rules associations make inclusion.
Oh my god, please. I don't want to do this anymore. Please.
Or
No more soy pill.
tiers based on hormone levels so that trans people aren't just excluded from a whole sector of society. But surely my solution wouldn't be to spend my life on an anti-trans crusade.
I'm not calling him she. I'm not calling him her. And I won't say trans woman because, again, that's admitting that this is some sort of subcategory of a woman.
The violence that we are up against, especially from trans Tifa, right? If you're insane enough to believe that men can get pregnant and that women need prostate exams and that tampons belong in boys' bathrooms or whatever other crazy stuff that they believe, you're insane enough clearly to pull a gun and shoot someone.
And the Bible
Are you okay?
tells us that we will reach a point. Bitter is seen as sweet,
Nick
dark
Shirley
is seen as light, and evil is seen as moral. It's undeniable that that's not what we're seeing now. And look, that's not to say that people who identify as trans are evil. I don't necessarily think that. But what is evil is deception. Lying and affirming delusions, that's evil.
Imagine if women had dicks and men had pussies and we were just really into big dicks.
Temptation is evil.
Relax, guys. She's not saying trans people are evil. She's saying that being nice to them and calling them by their pronouns is evil. And that trans people are just more likely to be insane murderers. See, those trans people are delusional. I know because it says so in my book, where people come back to life and perform literal magic, and that I believe is written by an unseen, all-knowing entity. Yeah, so Riley Gaines' entire career is just being an anti-trans figurehead, arguing to keep them not just out of sports, but bathrooms, and overall just torment trans people and make their lives harder wherever she can. Remember the NCAA rules that tried to include trans people? Well, Riley helped get them removed, and now their rule is just no trans people. But what makes this uniquely annoying versus someone like Ben Shapiro saying the same thing? Well, given her background, I think she had a legitimate case to spend her whole life talking about trans people in sports. Sure, her prescriptions are terrible and cruel, but at least she has a crumb of personal experience that she can speak to. I don't think that David Hogg is a grifter for spending his whole life talking about gun violence. But holy shit, why in
the Joe Rogan clip? I think we have to do it, okay? Listen. This is emergency intervention, okay? Hold on. Emergency intervention, okay? Thank you.
Zoos are lame in general, though, man. When's the last time I went to the zoo? I went to San Diego Zoo. That line was pissing on everybody. Dude.
If chimps were everywhere and they had full freedom, the way people do, we'd have a fucking serious problem. It would be chaos. You wouldn't be able to leave your house. If there was as many chimps as there were people, you would never be able to get to your car. They would mug you every chance they got. They would rip your fucking feet off and fuck your ass. If you don't think chimps will steal babies and eat them, you haven't been paying attention to the literature. Crazy 800-pound silverback bursting through the tree. Samoan babies that can run fast. I mean, that's what's going to survive. Fucking diesel. diesel, square-headed, destroying machine, fast twitch, muscle fiber, and angst. And finally in his life, he's become special after years of neglect.
I got molested.
Did you?
Yes.
Zoos are lame in general, though, man. When's the last time I went to the zoo? I went to San Diego Zoo. That line was pissing on
Can I search for an augment, please? I just want an augment
Chimps were
blueprint.
everywhere, and they had full freedom, the way people do. You'd have a fucking serious problem. It would be chaos. You wouldn't be able to leave your house. If there was as many chimps as there were people, you would never be able to get to your car.
The hell?
They would mug you every
eat
chance
you.
they got. They would rip your fucking feet off and fuck your ass.
Wait.
If you don't think chimps will steal babies and eat them, you haven't been paying attention to the literature. Crazy 800
Wait, was I being
pound
shot at?
silverback
What's
bursting through the trees.
There's a blueprint there.
Samoan babies that can run fast. I mean, that's what's going to survive. Fucking diesel, square-headed, destroying machine, fast twitch, muscle fiber, and angst. And finally in his life, he's become special after years of neglect.
I got molested.
Did you?
Yes.
The fuck out.
Dude, I just think like
God's
that is
name,
one of
do
my
they think that she
favorite
has any
like
business talking about
fucking
literally anything
memes
but her
of all
personal
time.
experience.
Abortion
Please.
says life in the womb.
Yo, hey, Muse Blue, thank you so much for the $50. Holy shit, dude. I'm dying on my PC. Thank you. I'm glad I could make you laugh, okay? Dude, holy shit, thank you so much for the 50. That's so much. Dude, you didn't have to do that. Thank you. Man, thank you, okay? I appreciate that. You don't have to donate this much. Alright? But you know what? You're now the #1 oiler, okay? Congratulations. I think you might actually start... No, I think someone has to beat Zorp, okay? I think Zorp eats orbiters for breakfast. He eats donations for breakfast, okay? But you're getting there, okay? Thank you so much for the 50, though. Thank you so much. I appreciate
was
that.
only valuable if
We
it's
got a
wanted.
serious
He's
problem.
openly
It
stating
fucked
his
your
intent
ass.
to solicit funds from taxpayers like you and me to harbor illegal aliens. Is this not treason?
Who gives a shit what Riley Gaines thinks
My
about
guy is worried
illegal
about me?
immigration
That's so
or
cute.
abortion? She's just some girl who tied for 5th in a swimming competition that no one gives a fuck about.
Participation
Why are we listening
trophy.
to her? And don't get
Participation
me wrong,
trophy.
I understand the
Participation
irony.
trophy.
I'm just
Participation
some
trophy.
guy that people
Participation
listen to
trophy.
for some
Participation
reason.
trophy.
But I
Participation
chose
trophy.
to spout my
Participation trophy.
opinions as a career.
Participation-
My numbers, as much as I don't want to brag, and for as dumb as I am, exist because something I say resonates with people. Riley Gaines failed at something and had a bunch of money thrown at her because her failure was a culture war issue. And even in her likely botted host channel of almost 2 million subs, she barely cracks 1,000 views because she's not talented and has nothing to offer the world other than her one story. So when she's not shoehorned into a rally, she has no audience to speak of. She goes on.
Look, you know you're talented when you quit like doing fucking like 6-digit software engineering jobs like because you're like, you know what, I can't find a job in software engineering, but I can find a job in content creation. Nobody fucking says that, okay? All right, nobody fucking says, you know what, I can't find a job in software engineering, I'm gonna find a job in content creation. Nobody fucking says that, okay? Stick to swimming.
On stage with the president so she can try to exclude trans people from public life, all because her career was manufactured to oppress people. She's just a pawn.
Having kids matters far more than any sort of career or personal success you could have in your profession.
Okay, then go get pregnant and shut up. Talent level F.
Hey!
And I want to be clear. The talent score is based on...
God, Squad W. Squad W. Squad W. Oh my hentai. Oh my hentai. Based misogyny.
Punditry, not overall talent. Obviously, she's a decent swimmer. For a girl. Oh, and real quick, I thought I should mention that they made a second Riley Gaines called Taylor Silverman, who has the same story, but at least she got second in her competition instead of
Okay, never mind.
That
My
said,
respect
she
just went
sucks
up
at
a little
skateboarding,
bit.
lost to
Okay,
a
my respect
baby,
just
and
went up
is
a little
also a
bit.
terrible
Bitty bit.
speaker.
Taylor, did you watch the debate the other night?
Yeah. I'm definitely voting for Trump after that. I can tell you who the clear loser is, though. DeSantis.
Yeah. I don't know anybody that's going to support him anymore.
You guys watch that debate?
Speaking of babies, Kyle Rittenhouse. Kyle Rittenhouse was a little piglet who took a gun to a BLM riot, got attacked, ran away, and shot his attackers. Is he really that fat? Now, having seen the videos and watched the court case, I do think he should have gotten off. Sure, no matter how much you care for a community, I don't think you should take a weapon to a riot. I'm all for defending property, but Kyle should have been kirking his penis to hentai, like normal 17-year-old boys, not waving a rifle around a city full of violence and anger to defend an auto zone. There's always an O'Reilly's or a Pep Boys across the street anyway. We can have just one parts store. But it seemed apparent to me, and more importantly, the jury, that he acted in self-defense that night. But people labeled him a mass shooter, a racist who gunned down black people in cold blood, even though he didn't kill any black people, and only shot when someone was already attacking him. I think a lot of the flack that he got was unjust, which is why his grievance gets a solid B. But if I put myself and others in danger by being somewhere that I didn't need to be, and then ended up killing people, no matter how legally justified, the instant I got acquitted, I would disappear from public life, try to atone with the families of the victims, and distance myself from the people trying to get me to turn my PTSD into a career. Instead, we got public speaking appearances, useless opinions, the entire Republican Party labeling themselves domestic terrorists in solidarity, video games.
The Kyle Rittenhouse turkey shoe. Gamers will get to play as Kyle Rittenhouse using a highly specialized laser gun to strike down any turkey that spreads lies, propaganda, or liberal bias. Each player will battle the fake news through a series of levels that are filled with dangerous turkeys.
And raps.
Don't get mad, it's self-defense trick. I'm in the right, and they mad cause I'm innocent. Innocent.
Republicans didn't stop at what you did wasn't wrong. They elevated it to what you did was great, actually. More people should do what you did. Now let's pretend that your tragedy somehow qualifies you to speak.
Despite everything they threw at you, you trusted it and you came out on top. Talk a little bit about kind of just how that is.
Everyone clap. Everyone clap.
Well, it's helped me
the
grow
devil is a Democrat.
It's helped me mature. It's helped me mature. Sorry, I'm new to this.
Yeah, talent F, even though he's a crack shot. Like, truly, I want you to imagine a world where Kyle Rittenhouse, absent of his incident, applied for a job at Fox News or the Daily Wire. His resume wouldn't even make it through the screening process because he has no qualifications. He hadn't even graduated high school yet.
Kyle, you dropped out of high school to actually go support your family.
He got rejected from joining the Marines for unknown reasons, but I speculate that it's because he failed his ASVAB, aka the easiest test in the world. But it's hard to be mad at him. He was young and impressionable, and the right-wing machine got to him
you need to chill the fuck out.
Was against him. And if it wasn't clear that these people are pawns, the instant they step out of line, the Republican media machine shames them into silence and conformity. When Kyle Rittenhouse was hesitant to endorse Trump, he got dogpiled and had to retract his statement because his opinions don't matter, just his story and how it can be used. Finally, it seems like the little piglet has grown into the award-winning County Fair ham, gotten married, and taken photos that they'll use in the Dateline murder-suicide story 20 years from now. I wish you the best, Kyle. Get away from the GOP. Like Daniel Penny.
Wait, why the fuck does his wife look like Charlie Kirk? Hold on.
Story 20 years from now. I wish you the best, Kyle. Get away from the GOP.
Okay, why? Okay. His wife looks like Charlie Kirk. Guys, I have a theory. Guys, I have a theory. What if Charlie Kirk didn't die? What if he just transitioned? Wait, this has to be photoshopped. I think this is photoshopped. I think that this has to be photoshopped, right? No, hold on. I'm being gaslit. Dude. I can't. No, I'm being gaslit. I'm actually being gaslit. Hold on. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh my, no, it is altered. It is altered.
Like
it is altered.
Daniel Penny is the perfect example of what should happen with all of these people. Penny is famous for the incident that happened to him on the subway. A mentally ill homeless man was threatening passengers, so Penny stepped up and put him in a chokehold, which resulted in the homeless man suffocating and dying. Now, whether Penny intended to kill him or just made a mistake is not really relevant. What matters is that the right wing turned him once again into their new hero. They said that he protected the people and more people should do what he did, rather than commend his bravery for stepping up and mourn the needless loss of life, quickly moving on. Probably because a lot of the party has vengeance brain and would support the death penalty for all crimes, regardless of the societal consequences. It's fine to push against the narrative that this guy was a cold-blooded murderer and argue for his side in court. But imagine if I stopped a shoplifter, not by taking his bags or punching him, but by running him over with a steamroller. The execution gets lumped in with the social consciousness and bravery as a good thing. And of course they tried the grievance grift with this guy. They plastered his face everywhere, Trump and JD Vance met with him, and if he wanted, he probably could have appeared on Fox News for the next 10 years. But then, nothing. He disappeared and got on with his life. He didn't make his career out of a tragedy and make us listen to his opinions that he has no business spouting. He's just gone. Thanks for not being a total hack, Daniel. And goddammit, he joined a pro-Trump venture capital firm. I knew it was too good to be true. At least he'll only make the world worse behind the scenes with money, instead of in ways that force me to hear his voice. Speaking of needlessly suffocating black guys, Derek Chauvin.
Oh wait, what did I miss? Your mom.
Like, God forbid, if they do end up pardoning Derek Chauvin, you know they're gonna make him some speaker or Daily Wire host or something. Like, really think about.
Oh my god, but then we would have Destiny versus Derek Chauvin, dude. We would have Destiny versus Derek Chauvin. Holy shit, can you guys imagine the cinema of them debating each other?
How absurd that sounds. Imagine a world where George Floyd survived, and 10 years later, you turn on CNN and George Floyd was telling you about the war in Ukraine. Why? Why would we listen to literally anything that he had to say? Maybe the reason this never happens on the left is because all of our grievance grifters just get killed. God, do any of these people have talent?
Don't be so sure.
Holy shit, how could I forget that Jordan Peterson was one of the OG grievance grifters? Jordan Peterson got famous not because of telling people to clean their rooms, but by complaining about Bill C-16 in Canada. That was the one that added gender expression to protected classes, which Peterson claimed was going to get him.
But instead, we had to protect Jordan Peterson from protected classes. Yes. We we couldn't solve the gender expression shit. Like, oh well, please, we shouldn't add gender expression to protected classes. Instead, we had to protect Jordan Peterson's feelings from protected class. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Thrown in jail for misgendering.
I haven't refused to use someone's gender-neutral pronouns. I said that I would refuse. With regards to these human rights tribunals,
isn't that the same thing?
Where all this stuff would be sorted out. It's like those places destroy your reputation and destroy you financially. And can they put you in jail? Well, it's a complicated argument in some sense, but I can tell you that if you refuse to pay the fines, that's the next step.
Now, did this ever happen? Ever? No. So, grievance-wise, F. But you know what? Say what you will about the man. Hypocrite? Sure. Spreader of hate? Yes. Crybaby? Absolutely. Cringy? I'll give you that. Pedantic? Also true. Insane? Yes. But he is a talented orator, and very entertaining, whether you buy into his dumb bullshit or just want to see him draw schizophrenic graphs.
The question, did that happen, begs the question, what do you mean by happen? The reality of the concepts of your question, when you're digging that deep, are just as questionable as what you're questioning. Do you believe in God?
What are you talking about?
There's a couple
Jesse,
of mysteries in that question.
Jesse,
what do you mean do? What do you mean do? What do you mean believe? And what do you mean
Jesse?
God?
What the
fuck are you talking about?
So in talent, I'm going to give him an A. He has no business talking about climate change or
I didn't
really
expect
anything
that.
in politics, but boy, does he make it entertaining. But now that I'm thinking more outside the box, I don't know if this is okay to ask, but does Erica Kirk count? Because grievance-wise, she gets an A. Her husband was taken from her live on TV. That's as bad as it gets. And no, that video you saw getting passed around is not real. Epstein did not save him.
such a banger.
But what? This qualifies her to speak on literally anything other than her grief? Why is she the new CEO of TPUSA? Besides the obvious contradiction of the right-wing stay-in-the-kitchen politics that her husband professed, what qualifies her to run?
Oh. Woman, am I right, guys? Oh. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Hey, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, am I on streamer?
Yeah, you're on stream.
Based. Oh, I want to bitch about my fucking bank. I'm gonna pause the stream for a second.
Okay.
More money, but my bank thinks I'm like somebody stole my card, but it's just me fucking donating.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
After like one of those big donations, it's done it like 3 times now, where it like frauds out my fucking account.
Oh, like they think it's fraud, basically, but then you're
Yeah,
just trying to donate.
Yeah, even after I like have like
Oh
told
my
them like, no,
lord.
this is me. I've been doing it. They're like, are you sure? No, I have
Oh
the
my
money. Don't
God.
worry about me. Just okay. You kick me out.
Wait, so wait. Oh, okay. Are you gonna be okay? Like,
No,
you gonna
it's
be
fine. No,
good?
it literally they're gonna call me in like 5 seconds. I'm gonna be like, yes, this is me.
Oh.
I just
Okay.
want to
Well,
complain about it because I'm cranky about it.
well, I appreciate it. Okay, I
you're
appreciate
okay,
your continued effort to, you know.
First world problems over.
Okay, thank you.
Fuck.
I appreciate that. Okay, thank you.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye. Cool. Good guy.
The business. Oh my God. Wait a minute. She literally has a college degree and was the CEO of a clothing business. She's unironically several times more qualified than Charlie Kirk ever was. That's hilarious. You know what? Fuck it. If some dipshit high school student can become the head of TPUSA and spout off nonsense politics, then Erica can do it too. Slay Queen, I'm sorry I ever doubted you.
Despite the devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same gift.
Oh, wait.
No, that has to be AI, right? No, it can't be. Sorry, my brain isn't processing this right now. I'm sorry. My brain my brain hurts. My brain is not processing.
Know if this is okay to ask, but does Erica Kirk count? Because grievance-wise, she gets an A. Her husband was taken from her live on TV. That's as bad as it gets. And no, that video you saw getting passed around is not real. Epstein did not save him. But what? This qualifies her to speak on literally anything other than
shaken, not stirred.
The Lord Jesus Christ compelled her to speak truth. Yo, hey, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Corey, for the $10.
her grief? Why is she the new CEO of TPUSA? Besides the
Lord Jesus
obvious
Christ compelled her to
contradiction
speak
of the
truth.
right-wing
True.
stay-in-the-kitchen politics that her
Based.
husband professed, what qualifies her to run the business? Oh my God, wait a minute. She literally has a college degree and was the CEO of a clothing business. She's unironically several times more qualified than Charlie Kirk ever was. That's hilarious.
so
You know what?
based.
Fuck it. If some
Woman
dipshit
slay.
high school student can become the head of TPUSA and spout off nonsense politics, then Erica can do it too. Slay Queen, I'm sorry I ever doubted you.
Despite the devastating loss of Charlie Kirk, my incredible husband at UVU, Caleb has persisted with the same gift.
Oh, wait, no, maybe you're horrible at this.
You have amazing role models like the assassin J.D. Vance, our vice president.
What? Oh, I think I'm sweating a little bit. Hey, is it getting is it getting hot here in this room, or is it just or is it just me? Oh Lord.
You know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back. And this is what's so beautiful about this moment, because if the internet wants to clip it, who cares? I love this woman. She's an amazing woman. She has a soul and a heart for the Lord. And words are words, but I know her heart, and it doesn't even matter. And you say what you want to say because I know your heart.
Oh, you're really bad at this. Maybe it was a bad idea to give the mic to someone who replaces moments of silence with WWE wrestling intros and grieving with book marketing.
This book is very personal to me because these are Charlie's last words.
Also, side note, but inviting Nicki Minaj as a headliner to AmFest just so clearly exposes how everything is about power to Republicans. She's speaking at the same conference with the guy who has an infamous tendency to shit on rap music. A conference started by the guy who said that you'd be a terrible role model.
Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on, I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old black girls. I don't.
Republicans don't care about celebrities voicing their political opinions. They care if those celebrities disagree with them. They don't care if rap is degenerate. They care if a big name rapper endorses them. I give it about 2 years before they disavow Nicki Minaj completely and welcome with open arms Alec Baldwin as the keynote speaker at the NRA. And finally, we get to Samantha Fullnecki, a name I'm sure has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk's manner of passing. She made a big stink about getting a 0 on a writing assignment that was graded by a trans TA. In her essay, she chastised gender nonconformity and other concepts promoted by the left. So was it anti-conservative bias? Well, let's read it ourselves. God made male and female and made us differently from each other on purpose and for a purpose. God is very intentional with what he makes, and I believe trying to change that would only do more harm. Gender roles and tendencies should not be considered stereotypes. Women naturally want to do womanly things because God created us with those womanly desires in our hearts. The same goes for men. God created men in the image of his courage and strength, and he created women in the image of his beauty. Society pushing the lie that there are multiple genders and everyone should be whatever they want to be is demonic and severely harms American youth. My prayer for the world, and specifically for American society and youth, is that they would not believe the lies being spread from Satan that make them believe that they are better off as another gender than what God made them. Yeah, so basically her essay is the equivalent of this Family Guy cutaway.
Scientists have determined that the universe was created by a God. Big Bang.
She even admits that she did this last minute and didn't put a lot of effort in.
I was at my my good friend. I was at her house, and we were about to go to a musical that OU was putting on, or a play. And I was like, oh, I have to do this assignment really quick. It'll just take a second. And then I read the topic, and I was like, oh, this is going to be so easy. Like, you know, I have a very strong opinion on this topic. And then I wrote it in maybe like 30 minutes. It was really easy for me to come up with things to say.
And the persecution complex. I mean, she got a 0 on a random homework assignment and emailed her governor.
I emailed the department head of psychology at OU and the equity office at OU, and the president of OU and the dean of my Arts and Sciences College at OU.
Participant trophy, 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 participant trophy.
You start Monday. What? I don't know. You're hired.
And they ended up firing this trans TA, even though the other staff agreed that the essay was dog shit. They literally want participation trophies and DEI for being a dumb Republican. If only there was a right-wing narrative that pushed back against this type of victimhood.
You feel like life isn't fair? The truth is, people all around the world who have encountered great setbacks have gone on to overcome them. Just ask Helen Keller.
Helen Keller, have you had any setbacks?
Today we give you 5 tips on how to be a victor
and not a victim.
Anyway, they're trying to turn her into the next right-wing grievance grifter. She's speaking at TPUSA events, she's getting awards from state congressmen, and for what? Because she wrote an exceptionally good essay? Of course not. It's because she can be used to attack trans people and let conservatives play the victim. Talent F, grievance F. Alright, let's look at the data. Yeah, this is completely useless. So I don't know if I have a call to action with this, because really I'm just complaining. I'm just tired of seeing talentless hacks propelled into stardom because they were in the wrong place at the right time or failed at something. I guess it does line up with the more talented of the right-wing figures like Ben Shapiro or Michael Knowles. Their careers didn't start because of their passion for politics. It started after their failures. They failed at acting or screenwriting or swimming or defending a CVS. It's okay to capitalize on a grievance to talk about politics. Democrats do it with BLM, school shootings, or with that gay wedding cake thing. Just don't insult my intelligence and make me pretend to value the opinions of people who have no business being in front of a camera.
Communicating with different pediatricians, some of them require you to get vaccines or they won't see you. That felt totally, I don't know if unethical is a good word. It feels unethical to me. What do you mean you're not going to see a patient because they don't have the vaccines you want them to have? Doesn't that go against some part of the Hippocratic Oath? I don't know. It sounds like in my head it should.
No.
You know the drill. It's the segment where I highlight a smaller channel. It's Oops, All Ladders. Today's ladder is Natalie Fulton. She made a video about anti-vegan fascism, a video that on paper sounds like the most insufferable combination of left-wing politics imaginable, but is informative and entertaining. Go check it out. If you want to be on Ladders, email me at thesoypill@gmail.com with the subject line Ladders and your channel name. Also, hey, do you want Soy Pill merchandise?
No.
I'm partnering with a company that may be able to mass produce propeller hats. Please go take the survey in the description if you would buy things like a propeller hat or a shirt that makes you gay. As always, thank you to my patrons, and especially my top tier patrons, Ash, Lewis Newman,
Wait, what's preventing us from just like fucking buying our own fucking propeller hats? Wait, what? So confused. Wait. What's preventing us from... Okay. Maybe I shouldn't be asking questions. Does it have the Soy Pill logo on it, or like, okay. One day I'll release merch. Okay, one day. Okay, surely that day will come.